Hey, my mystic members, it's me, Fifi the Holistic Gypsy. And today, this video is another video about energetic leakages. Oh my gosh. This one I think we're all kind of guilty of. It's gossiping and judgment. Yes. We know our society is built off of this. A lot of people have built their careers off of talking about other people who are more relevant than them, judging them, and cultivating conditioning, right? Our malleable minds to think a certain way about a particular narrative or situation. Um, this is the energetic leakage, not only because you're allowing someone to condition your mind, right, to think in a very narrow perspective where you don't have the 360 view of what's really taking place. And will we ever have that 360 view? No, we want it. Even the person that's even in that situation has only has but so much, but they're also the person experiencing that situation. So who are we to sit here and judge them? We've had people judge us. It doesn't feel too well, especially when the judgment is not deemed as a good judgment. And this limits not only your energetic field, and it blocks your blessings because now you are the one energetically vibrating to that judgment, not them. So when you're so-called casting a judgment on someone else, even when it comes to blaming, right? We judge those people who have done certain things to us and we condemn them. But this energetically puts us in a space where we are energetically vibrating on the level that we're so-called projecting out, right? And so not only this creates a perpetual loop, but this also energetically limits you vibrationally from hitting a certain you hit like a certain plateau energetically because you have all these different judgments about other people who you can't control and who you do not have the full story or narrative or perspective that comes from them and whatever the choices they made in those particular circumstances and situations. So this is the energetic leakage, even though we know this is pretty common when we get around family and friends, especially those when we start to vibrate on a certain level. We start to realize that those are the bonding things that we have in common with them is only talking about other people and really just easily tearing down people, near and far around us, talking about what they're not doing, what they should have done, coulda, woulda, shoulda type of situation. And this is just not only energetically messy, but this is creating a energetic leakage where we are draining our energy, putting it to something that's not benefiting us, that's energetically holding us back, and that is not only is not even serving other people, right? So this is something that I say, let go. I was guilty of this myself. Watching particular gossip shows and watching gossip blogs or vloggers who have built their careers off of talking about other people. So it was my guilty pleasure of listening to them. But then I realized how I start to complain more in my life and how I start to cast judgment more, complain more, not satisfied in my life. And this is kind of similar to eating fast food and junk food. It is like, okay, I'm not satisfied with myself or I'm bored, so let me stimulate myself with someone else's drama, right? Let me stimulate myself with someone else's judgment and someone's messy business, and let me smear my energy around there and nosy around and put my thoughts and go talk to someone else about someone else who is not relevant in my life. So when you really think about it, it's really messy. And I think as we get older, at least for me, it's like the less you care about people and their judgment, because usually those who are judging you the most are really not even living their life and very scared to live their life. And so when they see someone really going out there, even fumbling and falling and getting up again, they're looking from it from a limited view of what they're fearful of, what they would not do, right, and their limitations. And so to me, it's very liberating to go out here and just live your life and continue to move forward despite what people, what type of judgment they put on you. And a lot of us confine ourselves. We're scared to even live our life because of the judgment that other people would have on us. And so this is something that you should not even put on other people. But of course, we don't want this put on us. A lot of people are very terrified to live their life authentically because they're scared of the judgment and the gossiping that will take place when they're not there, or even sometimes when they're coming around. So these things can be very hurtful to not only ourselves but to other people, as we know. And this is a habit that would definitely need to be converted or transmuted into something more productive and self-empowering. And these are things you can't control. So, when it comes to judgment, one of the things that we could do is forgive. Forgiving, especially people that we've judged in our life and we condemned in our life that has done us a certain way. And forgiveness does not look like you kissing their butt. It does not look like you being friends with them and allowing people to cross your boundaries. It can look how you would like it to look, but it's really you releasing judgment, right? Releasing the energetic stagnation of the limitations you're putting on other people and the limitations you're putting on yourself, especially ones that are not serving you. But when we are putting healthy boundaries that are serving us, then okay, those are healthy judgment calls that we're making to empower ourselves, right? But that's all I have to say when it comes to energetic leakage. I think we kind of know, this is usually similar to the fast foods and the other habits, but I did want to point this one out because I felt myself and saw how it was only reflecting, perpetuating more people who was judgy and condemning in my life. And I was sitting here habitually watching this and getting some kind of, guilty pleasure watching. And then I had to sit back and reflect. And so that is something that I've dropped and saw how I had more energy and more clearing and be able to move up vibrationally, because now I'm not being conditioned with all this negative talk about other people who are not relevant in my life. So it cuts that messy noise out, and now you can focus and listen to the internal noise and focus on all the different things that we can work on within, that we can empower and transmute and blossom and grow. So I hope this video was helpful. Energetic leakages, gossiping, and judgment is a no-go. Peace.